It is a breaking news segment of Best on Tour this week, presented by Best on Tour. I'm Matt Pangrac, along with the host Dave Rush from Best on Tour. And September 2nd, 2025, Bass came out with a press release announcing the updated forward-facing live sonar policy that will take effect during the 2026 Progressive Bassmaster Elite Series season. One of the things that they talked about right off the hopper, though, Dave, is that the Bassmaster Classic, little bit different rules heading into the 2026 season, though.
Yeah, the Bassmaster Classic rules will remain the same based on the angler's qualification during the format for the 2025 season. So that will remain the same, but a little bit different rules going into 2026, Matt.
Beginning in 2026, forward-facing live sonar will only be permitted in up to 5 of the 9 regular Elite Series season events, which events the technology will determine randomly. And Bass has actually turned this into an event on September 4th to determine which of the 8 on the schedule will be using forward-facing sonar.
Yeah, somewhat of a selection show with Zona, Tommy Sanders, Davey Height. Interested to see how that goes. It should be pretty exciting getting to see which events will be forward-facing sonar eligible, which will not be.
Interesting when you go to look at the schedule then, Dave, starting in February, Lake Gunnersville and Lake Martin, then the Tom Bigby Waterway in March, the Arkansas River in April, Lake Murray and Santee Cooper in May, the Pasquotank River in June, and then closing it out in August, in late August, with events on Lake Champlain and the St. Lawrence River. Based on the last 3 years, a lot of familiar fisheries that they have visited in the past there. Some definitely forward-facing sonar has and will continue to play a major advantage. Others maybe not so much. So a lot of the season, I don't think that it is an opinion to say. I think it is fact to say a lot of the season and success this year for anglers, classic qualifications, requalifying Angler of the Year standings, and winning blue trophies will depend on this coin flip and which venues get the forward-facing technology for the entire event and practice, and which venues are no forward-facing in practice or during the event.
Without a doubt, Matt, you look at the schedule, there are several events there that can be totally upended and changed based on having the ability to use forward-facing sonar or not. And most of those venues, we have seen them fish already with forward-facing sonar. So should be interesting to see some of those venues visited without the technology.
In the press release, Bass talks about how they came to the decision to split it 50-50 or a 60-40. We'll get to that part a little bit later on in the press conference, but they said that it was 2 years of careful evaluation. They've taken a lot of time to schedule diverse fisheries. They talked about stakeholders within the bass fishing community, fans, bass members, Elite Series anglers, and then also the Angler Board of Professionals, or the ABP, all played into their decision to make some forward-facing limitations in 2026. The quote from the press release is, "To address this feedback and preserve competitive balance, BASS will blend tradition with technology, a hybrid schedule that both highlights innovation in bass fishing technology and ensures that traditional techniques remain central to success."
Yeah, one thing for certain when it comes to forward-facing sonar, there's no shortage of opinions from anglers, fans, and the like. So Bass taking all of that into account over a 2-year period, coming out with a decision, and in 2026, we will have this hybrid format to look forward to.
It says in the press release that events will be paired according to the schedule, with a coin flip deciding which ones allow live sonar and which ones will not. The final stop of the year, the St. Lawrence River, will receive its own coin flip, meaning as many as 5 events could end up being non-forward facing sonar tournaments.
Yeah, very interesting development there, and it will come down to probably which event is forward facing sonar eligible, which one is not, and it's certainly going to play a huge role in determining the outcome, the Angler of the Year standings on the Bassmaster Elite Series in 2026.
It has been a 6-year whirlwind ownership for the Anderson family as owners of Bass. CEO Chase Anderson has had to navigate some of the most seismic changes and shifts in the fishing industry during this time. His quote from this press release reads, Bassmaster competition has a long history of being the proving ground for new technology that enhances the sport. While innovation should remain part of bass fishing, no single technology should define it. Listening to anglers, members, and fans, we believe this balanced approach keeps competition diverse, entertaining, and true to the culture of our sport.
Yeah, and I think also important to note there was no changes on the limitations that were in place as in regards to screen size, number of transducers, and the like. That will
55
stay the
inches
same.
of total screen and one live sonar transducer in place. That does say the same. So that's what we have for the 2026 season. Bass, since tackling the technology question, has remained fairly fluid as to what they will do in the following year. So we have this at least for 2026, and guess we're going to look forward to the coin flip, Dave.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Gonna determine a lot based on which way the coin lands for the 2026 season, and should be a very anticipated and highly watched announcement show there that Bass is having coming up shortly.
Become a better angler, get behind the scenes, the top fishing tours, learn the business side of the fishing industry and how to get sponsors. The Best on Tour newsletter brings you that once a week, completely free, straight to your inbox. And I'm sure with all the changes that we've seen now, you have polls, graphs, opinion pieces, factual industry news. Those newsletters will be jam-packed with a lot of pertinent information as we dive into what we thought was going to be a relatively mundane off season for the first time, but looks like the kettle just got put on high again.
Yeah, I think it's boiling over right now. Lots of news in the fishing industry. So that's what we're here for, to keep you updated, and we appreciate you checking in.
All right, this has been another edition of Best on Tour this week. Tune in next week where we learn what happens on and off the water in the industry. We will talk to you then. See ya.